All right, here we go. Barely even giving it gas. See, so riot. Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We have something to show you today. It's exciting. Most videos I've seen on YouTube, they lack some detail, so we're going to try to keep this one as detailed as possible. Hopefully the audio in this video is, I'm testing out a new mic, so hopefully it's not trash. But anyway, alright, we're going to go back to the garage. That's what we're doing now, and we're going to make my stock exhaust on this 2018 Honda CBR1000RR a lot louder. Hopefully a lot louder, but it will be louder. It freaking better be louder, or I'm sending this shit back. Alright guys, I've seen a couple of these videos already on YouTube, of course, and they're all kind of meh. They're missing a bunch of details, so we're going to fix that. I'm going to do my own video. We're going to make this exhaust on this 2018 CBR1000 just a little bit louder with one of these guys. Alright, all my motorcycle fans out there, you guys are probably familiar with most modern day motorcycles, and they come with these little flapper things in here. But what they do is maybe create a little bit of back pressure, but they don't really open up to about 6,000 RPM, or at least thereabout on this particular bike. What that means is it's quiet. It's quiet. This will get replaced eventually, yes, 100%, but until that day comes, we want to make this just a little bit louder. So what we have is this right here. It's a servo eliminator, servo buddy right there. Specific for this, I guess they work with a bunch of different ones, but let's crack this open and see what's inside. Let's just dump it. So everybody loves stickers, there we go. And we have the device itself. Plug and play. I love plug and play stuff. I don't like splicing wires, I don't like cutting anything. This is going to be super simple, but here we go. So like I was saying, basically, yes, we will be replacing this at some point, this giant mess here, but until that day comes, we're going to just tinker around and see if we can make it just a little bit louder. Because a lot of guys install these things and make videos about them, and they're missing stuff. They're missing drive-bys, they're missing revs. You don't really get the idea of how it actually sounds, what difference it makes on the stock system. So that's what we're going to do. Because eventually, when we do replace that exhaust, you're going to need this anyway. But before we do anything, we've got to see how it sounds. Stop. All right, very easy install. First, we got a 5mm Allen key, hex key, whatever you want to call them. Take the seat off. All right, now we got to take these guys out. 5mm as well, there and there. And this little plastic tray is going to come up, and the servo is like right down here. You can also, I've already taken the bolt out. Underneath here, this whole thing comes out. This is again a 2018, so your 17 through 19s are all the same. This actually might be the easiest way to do it right here. And you can disconnect the cable from this little motor right there. Put that free from this plug here. Now you gotta drop this thing out the back, and this is what this whole thing looks like. So you got these cables here, and basically what we're gonna do is take an 8mm socket and wrench, take this guy free. All right, now to get these cables free and out of this, don't cut them, don't do nothing, don't break nothing. All you gotta do is turn this thing this way, so clockwise. You might need to use something like that just to grip around this and give it a little bit more of a turn, and then what you'll start to see is this is gonna be freed up right here, and then you should be able to just slide that silver piece up out of there. That's it. Until we actually get an aftermarket exhaust, I'm going to basically zip tie them in this seat compartment here somewhere, but this is all the room that we're gonna have open now. So, and then all you have to do is plug in your servo here, and that way you don't get any lights, any of those F1 lights, and everything will work like it's supposed to. So now we're gonna fire this thing up after we put it back together, see how it sounds, and then take it on the road and see what's what. F1 lights, no nothing bad. It is a lot louder.
Always out of gas. Yeah, you're about empty. 93, always. I love it. You can fill these things up for like $8. Alright, we're going to hit some twisty turns up here. Now, this is a brand new like mic inside of my helmet, so hopefully the audio is fine. We shall see. It probably goes to crap, you know, with high speed, but we're not going to be doing a whole lot of that today. Just some twisty roads. We're going to listen to the exhaust. But I can tell you, since we've done it, it is almost like, you know, an aftermarket exhaust. It's great. I absolutely love this thing. You know, the stock exhaust wasn't bad before, but this is just so much better. You know, I really wasn't expecting a whole lot. Some twisty turns coming up here. 35? Nah, we'll go faster than that. We don't want to kill ourselves, but, you know, a little spirited turns up here. It is a sport bike after all. But yeah, the exhaust, I wasn't expecting a whole lot since it's just a servo eliminator. I mean, we're going to need it later on, you know, with once we go with an aftermarket can of some kind. But love the turns. Not really dragging my knee or nothing. No sense in that really on the street. But yeah, we're 50 mile an hour, so we'll see how this audio is. But yeah, eventually we're going to do some kind of an aftermarket exhaust. Probably will tune the bike at some point, you know, once we do all of that. But another concern that I had was, how is the torque? Are we going to be missing anything? Because, you know, those exhaust flappers are there for a reason. You know, they're there to make the bike quiet, I guess. You know, I don't know if emissions has anything to do with it. I seriously doubt it. But I'm sure there's a lot of guidelines that, you know, maybe the manufacturers have to go with. I have no idea. But I can tell you that it does wonders. It sounds incredible. So let's just give it a little bit of gas. I mean, that is why we're... Hopefully the audio doesn't go to shit. Woo! This thing's fast. These new leader bikes absolutely haul the mail. Love it. I've got almost 1,000 miles on this thing. So that 2018 CBR1000, you guys know. But I mean, such a dream bike. This thing is so small. I will be doing a full review of the bike. But you guys know that I didn't ride for like 7 years, and then so we've just been getting comfortable with it, because the largest thing that I owned before was like a 750, and I was honestly a little bit afraid of the leader bikes. But I'm telling you, with something like this, especially with like the traction control and all of these features that these new bikes have, you don't have to be afraid of them. It's absolutely ridiculous. You got the modes over here, so you can put the thing into like 600 mode, or it's not really 600 mode, it just like makes this bike, I don't know what it does, but it makes it a little bit easier to ride. But man, what a dream. Anyway, exhaust is what this video is all about. It does wonders. When you first start it up, it's so much deeper, you know, because the bike wouldn't actually come to life until about, what I think it's like 5,000 or 6,000 RPM. If you were exceeding that, then that flap would open up. But now, as soon as we start it, and especially just cruising around, you know, like at the lower speeds here, the exhaust is audibly a whole lot louder. I mean, it's not like, you know, my God, it's going to be deafening or not like that, but there's a difference. It is deeper, it has more of a grunt, it sounds like a sport bike, you know, like it should. But I mean, for what did we pay, about 53 bucks or something like that? I mean, how can you beat it? Especially if we're going to have to do something like this later on. But I mean, honestly, I may hold off on like an aftermarket can for a little while, just because it does sound so good, and I can live with the bike, because this is becoming more of my daily driver than the Mustang. Because as the Mustang grows, gets faster, gets, you know, we got a full build going on at this point. It's pretty much what I'm thinking. We're going to get hot and heavy with it. You know, this allows me to keep some of the miles off of that car, garage it a little bit more, because remember, it did have two accidents, right? Now, yes, it's a motorcycle, we can get in accidents with this too, but, you know, it is what it is. We'll turn it around, open it up again. Oh, gravel. So much gravel. No me gusta gravel. All right, here we go. Barely even giving it gas. See, it's a riot. They're supposed to pull me off the back of the seat. I love it. I really hope the audio is okay. I hope I don't get home and start looking at the footage and being like, oh man. If you're new to the channel, if you're new to this far in the video, this is like my first moto vlog, if you will, I guess. We're going to be doing a lot more of it. Bikes are cool because you can just explore, and I don't have to explain because it's a motorcycle and you guys understand and know that. But more of this to come, absolutely 100%. So if you like this kind of stuff, if you want to see us do like crazy things, you like this kind of bike, you like Mustangs, you like all that stuff, definitely subscribe to the channel. I would love to have you. Alright, we'll come back down to a cruising speed so you guys can hear me like talk. But yeah, I absolutely recommend, even on a stock motorcycle, even if you don't plan on like upgrading the exhaust right away, I definitely would do this mod. It's cheap, it's very easy to install, takes you about 5 minutes if you're not filming, honestly. There's a couple of like, you know, little 5mm bolts, whatever, screws, and it makes the bike sound so much better, and I don't feel like I've lost any performance at all. You know, arguably that flap might be there for, you know, to save some kind of torque or whatever, but these things are so torquey and finicky anyway. These liter bikes, half of them anyway, they don't make any real power till up top. The Honda CBR is a little different. It does, I feel like it's got a decent amount of torque, you know, for stuff like this, for on the street. The Honda is just a little bit more comfortable, but yeah, the Servo, definitely recommend it 100%. If you haven't done it already, don't be afraid to do it before you do the exhaust, before you change it. Go ahead and do it to your stock exhaust. It sounds great. You're gonna love it, and definitely worth the 50 bucks or whatever it costs. But all right, we'll finish this video with a few more of the twisty turnies here. So much power. So much power. But alright, that's the video, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it, hopefully you found it entertaining, and I will see all of you guys in the next one.